Hello? Testing?
Hello?
Let's see.
Can you hear me okay?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Ooh, I hear you.
Okay.
Oh.
What's up?
Um. Oh, there we go. Okay. Here we are. Yeah, an ad was playing. Well, assuming everyone hears me today, I am lucky enough to be joined by the incredibly lovely Modern Medusa. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you? I don't know if I can hear you now. Shit.
I'm doing very good. For any of my audience that isn't familiar with who you are or what you do, tell my audience a little bit about yourself.
Well, I guess first off, I'm a YouTuber, so I do videos about anti-feminism and other random shit. I do live streams once in a while about funny feminists and shit like that. So other than that, I'm an artist. I have all my fucking art like right behind me right now because I'm trying to sell my art. But yeah, I'm an artist, musician, whatever. And I also started the campaign for the Lovely Ladies calendar, so that's going really well. And yeah, I just troll on the internet. That's basically it. I'm gonna look for the link to this stream.
Well, can you tell my audience a little bit more about your lovely ladies calendar? I think it's really an awesome idea.
Yeah, well, we're getting a bunch of lady YouTubers together to post for our calendar, a 2018 calendar that will feature a bunch of models, 12 models, including me, Reading Ren, Mercedes Carrera, Anna Cherry, Stuttering Soliloquy, Bass Mama, like a bunch of really sexy bitches. So you should definitely check it out. It's at igg.me/at/lovely-ladies. But yeah, it's also going to feature like the pictures, but it's going to have like facts about men's issues featured in each month. And it's going to be really awesome because we're going to try to, spread awareness about men's issues while, having fun and being sexy, I guess. So, yeah. And also, once they go on sale on our website, there's a portion going to a veterans charity called Veterans or Vets Mentoring Vets or something like that, or Veterans Mentoring Veterans. But yeah, they have like a program where I think they get veterans jobs after they get out of the military and stuff like that, and housing and all that. So it's all around fun, And then we're trying to have a meetup here in North Carolina in August with some of the models, and yeah, it's really awesome. Let me see if I have some photos. Yeah, we've got these autograph photos on the
And
Indiegogo.
how long have you identified yourself as an anti-feminist?
Probably since I learned what it was, because like I didn't know what feminism was really until I got into high school, and I actually met feminists, and like, found out what they were about and what and how they acted. And you know, once I saw how like off hinged some of them were, I was like, okay, maybe I should, look into this a little bit. And then, the more like Facebook groups I joined and like the more so I was like, oh, okay, well, obviously I'm not a feminist because like even I thought that women were paid less up until like my senior year in high school. Like I had no idea that that was a complete myth, or that it was wrong. That it's completely different thing that makes up the gap or whatever. But yeah, so once I and I also saw the movie The Itty Bitty Titty Committee. That movie was all about feminists, and it's I watched it because I liked like lesbian movies, and I showed it to my bisexual friend. I was like, "Oh, look at these lesbians and shit." And then apparently she like absorbed the feminist part from that movie, and I did not. I was just like, "This is funny and there's tits in it." And yeah, so she went full-blown feminist, and I was just like, "You are crazy." So yeah, that's about the time. So like since I was about 17, I'd say. I'm 22 now. So did you post a link to this on Twitter?
You've also you're also an artist, and I've seen some of your art. It's my link. I just gave it to you. I didn't like post it publicly. But tell me, how long have you been an artist, and what kind of art do you see yourself moving towards in the future?
Well, I've pretty much been an artist like my whole life because my family is really, artistic and musical, and they've always encouraged me like, you know, to express myself in different ways. So um I was just kind of drawn to drawing. And so it was like um I don't know, it was just natural for me, and the more I developed it, the more fun it was. And you know, I like doing art. It's fun. I like, creating things. And um what I'm trying to do is save up for tattoo guns and start tattooing. So I guess that would be my future goals, I guess. But I'm trying to do a lot of stuff with not just art, but like, you know, incorporating my art into activism for men's issues, and maybe even doing uh I want to do a web series, an animated web series that could turn into a TV show, maybe, or a fucking movie. Who knows? A video game. I have all kinds of ideas. So, there's not really a limit to what I can learn, I guess. What is your channel
And
name? Is
in
it
terms of fighting for men's issues, what issue do you think is the most important one at the present time?
um that's a pretty good question. I guess in America, I think the most important, like the most obvious, is circumcision, because it happens like on a daily basis. And it's literally genital mutilation of an infant. And females, female genital mutilation is completely illegal in the United States, yet male circumcision is treated as like, well, it's tradition, like, and it's really weird because like I fully support men going and being able to be circumcised if they so choose, or if they have to medically, do that because, there's lots of different reasons that you might have to get removed. But, I don't think that a baby should be just tortured like that. It makes no sense. And then a lot of men grow up with severe injuries or damaged nerves or fucking or they end up traumatized, and it's like, it doesn't make any sense to continue doing it. And besides that, I guess we really need to figure out just our overall court sentencing system, because it makes zero sense, and the proven innocent shit is retarded. So those are just a few of the really devastating things that happen to men, and that includes child support too, and all of that fucking custody bullshit.
I'm very glad you mentioned male circumcision, because it's definitely an issue that I think doesn't get enough attention in our current society. It was done to me when I was an infant, and I've always just seen it as just a normal thing. But then I really started researching it, and I really started realizing, it really is not right. Like, all the supposed medical benefits that it has, a lot of them have been completely and utterly debunked.
Yeah.
And they showed that male infants, it's often done on them without any kind of anesthetics. And it's a myth that infants don't feel pain. They actually feel pain more intensely than adults do. And I don't think the fact that as adults we don't remember it really makes such a procedure ethical. So I'm very glad you really brought that up.
Yeah, sorry, I was just trying to get the link to the thing over here. But yeah, it's weird to me that like people don't see it as like, a completely horrific thing, because it's like, if someone said, I need to chop off the tip of your baby's finger when it's born, because then their finger can't get into certain things, and it won't be as dirty. You'd look at them and you'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you ever suggest that? And it's just, it's just a lie that's been like fucking spread for some reason, I guess because of religious reasons, but fuck religion.
What's another question I should ask? Oh yeah, we got the guys at Poisoning the Well in the chat. I think that's really awesome. Have you ever checked out some of their content? They're really funny and they have great production
Oh, yeah.
values.
Of course. I think I got on I was on a live chat with I think Sofane for like 2 minutes and they had to leave. But they're really cool. I have some mice thawing out in some water, so I'll be right back. I gotta feed my snake.
Let's see. How about okay. Yeah, feed her snake. That's another question I would ask about a pet snake. That's an awesome thing. But a snake's got to eat. Everyone in the chat, have any questions for either of us to the people out there in the public?
I also completely forgot about this beer that I opened.
Sobriety should never be a thing in live stream events, should it?
Exactly. I know, right? Okay, I'm gonna post the link to my campaign if you don't mind in the chat. Well, actually, I can't yet unless you put moderator thingy on me, but I'll work it out.
You mentioned you have a pet snake.
Yes, of course. Well, actually, I have Gorgon, but then I have this little guy that I'm babysitting. I actually don't remember his name, but he's also a ball python. Oh, there he is.
Have you? Yeah, can you show the audience? I think that's really awesome.
Yeah. Well, this little guy is in his feeding cage.
And I will definitely share your lovely lady's link in the description to this video as soon as we're done streaming.
I appreciate that. He's hiding. Hey, mister. Here, give me one sec. I'll move the camera.
Snakes hide when they know cameras are about. Someone in the chat is saying that. I think I once had a garter snake as a pet when I was a kid. I haven't had any pet reptiles in so long. It was just something when I was a kid.
Really, that's awesome. Hey. He's a tiny one. He's much smaller than Gorgon. Hey, mister. Come in. Yeah. Oh, it's all right. Don't be scared.
How old is that snake?
I think he's only like 5 months, maybe, or like maybe a year, because I don't know how old he was when the guy Well, he's the guy before me said that he had him for 3 months, and before that, I think he said the other guy also had him for 3 months. So at least 6 months. Trying to get him out so I can feed him. Oh well.
Yeah, from what I read about reptiles, they grow at a much slower pace than mammals do.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So they take a long time to reach full size.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes, well, I believe that the females become bigger than the males, and depending on how much you feed them, they can get up to like fucking 7 feet long. Ball pythons. Mouse.
7 feet. That's quite an impressive animal to have as a pet.
Yeah, I mean, I would never be able to handle that, but some people like just feed them constantly, like huge animals, like rabbits and stuff, and well, people say that you should feed them rats, like in general, but I don't know. I don't want Gorgon to get too big so he can crush my neck, you know. Let's see if he'll come out for a mouse. Hey, mister. Look. Mousy. Where you at?
Well, one good thing about pet reptiles, though, is you need to feed them a lot less than you would like a mammal because reptiles have so much slower metabolisms.
Oh
That's
yeah.
a kind of a makes them easier to feed, at least.
Yeah, that's very true. Well, my roommate has 2 cats, and yeah, he has to feed. Well, she has to feed them multiple times every day, and I don't think I could do that. Ah, he's coming out. Come on. Yeah, you know you want it. Hey.
Whereas I heard that Vegan Gains is currently in the process of trying to rear a vegan ball python. So maybe you could help him along with that project.
Are you serious right now?
No, I'm joking. I am completely. Okay. That was a joke because he tried to rear a vegetarian dog and he almost got charged with animal cruelty for it because the dog needed meat to survive and he wasn't providing it. The dog almost starved. So that was just a joke at his expense.
That is fucked up. I never heard about that. So thank you for telling me that. I've heard like Tumblr arenas like saying that they want to raise like vegetarian cats, but I did not know that he did that. Come on, mister.
Yeah, Bering did like a whole video about various unethical things that guy did, and that's one of them.
I'm sorry, what did you say? I didn't catch that.
But I said Bering did like a lengthy video about Vegan Gains. I think the longest one he ever did, where he highlighted various unethical things that guy did. And one of them was almost being charged with animal cruelty for trying to raise a vegan dog. And that's why I made that joke about a vegan ball python to basically just a joke at his expense there.
That is fucked up. Well, at least he got called out on it. I'm just gonna fucking leave them here. If you want it, eat it.
Do you have? Well, yeah, people like him though, they live for like creating controversy for views. Like a lot of big YouTubers, a lot of them do that. They'll just do like something seriously fucked up, and when there's a backlash against them, they'll basically regard they'll basically just use it to gain attention for themselves, so they never seem to get punished for their actions.
Excuse me. Sorry, I was talking to my boyfriend. Got some roommate drama. Does it hurt? Oh.
Okay, that was seriously sexy, that belch right there. I gotta tell you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look, she's going for it. I don't know if you can see.
I think you're making him nervous.
I am not. Sneaks love cameras.
He's going for it. He's going for it. It's awesome. I can see a little bit. You've been modeling for a while. How long have you been doing that, and how long do you plan on doing that?
Well, I mean, modeling I've wanted to do since I was like 14, but I mean, hang on. Okay, sorry. But yeah, I mean, I tried getting into modeling, like, you know, fashion modeling or whatever, like normal.
I don't think I'm hearing you now.
Stuff like, I don't know, commercials and shit, I guess, and catalogs, but my family didn't have the money to travel for it, so we kind of just like stayed here and I took my own photos. So, and I had my friends take photos of me. And that's basically just how I started like getting into it, because, you know, even though other people haven't really asked to take pictures of me yet, I still like taking pictures of myself. So, you know, nothing wrong with that. Plus, the pinup calendar is going to open up some opportunities maybe. And that'll be a chance for me to show what I can do with modeling. And yeah, I've got a couple ideas for the calendar. It's going to be pretty awesome.
That's cool. I noticed you on Twitter the other day. We're trying to get various other big, attractive, anti-feminist YouTubers in on the catalog. How do you think those efforts will succeed, and what have you been doing to try to do that?
Well, I mean, we got Mercedes Carrera. That was a big, like, fuck yeah for us, you know? So, that definitely boosted our hopes of getting more people involved. And, you know, there's a lot of girls that we have reached out to, like Karen Strawn. We got to talk to her on a Honey Badgers thing, plus Theron Meyer. They're both, you know, sexy in my opinion, and I think they would do really well in the calendar. And they haven't submitted yet, but they are interested. So even if they don't submit for this year's calendar, there's an entire year from now where we could make another calendar. So, there's lots of possibilities, and we've already, got a lot of fucking sexy girls in there. I don't see why anybody else wouldn't want to. So I think this is just the start of something like really awesome. I think that the more people hear about it, the more people will want to get into it. I think we got a shot.
Absolutely. I really like the idea, and I really think it does have a very strong future for you. So, another question. What videos have you seen from my channel, and which ones did you like the best? Just
Oh, fuck. You know what? I'm gonna probably have to do some more research because I think I watched them probably a month or so ago, and I can't remember what they were called. But I mean, anything that has to do with Nazis is great. I'll have to fucking do some more checking out, because like recently I've been slacking on like watching anybody besides PewDiePie, just because I've been like trying to I guess cut down on YouTube for some reason. I don't know why, but you know, um you're very charismatic and hilarious, so anything you do is pretty awesome. Yeah, I remember. I think I saw the fucking Steve Shives video. Anything had to do with Steve Shives, but he was also a feminist.
well, thank you very much. I appreciate that, but yeah, competing with PewDiePie is going to be a little bit difficult. I highly doubt I'll ever be as big as he is. Yeah, I think you're one of your first videos, wasn't it? Also about Steve Shives.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, fucking I Dream of Steve. That's the name of it. But it was just really funny because like I kept hearing all this shit about Steve Shives, and like I don't really remember my dreams that often, but I woke up and I remember just like seeing Steve Shives in my dream. I was like, what the fuck? So I had to fucking tell somebody about it.
Yeah, I remember leaving that comment where I created a completely fake dream where Steve Shives was a teacher, and I was having that I'm in high school in my underpants kind of dream, which I thought was pretty funny, and he
Yes.
decided to block me from high school.
Oh my god. Steve Shives is just a character. He doesn't even seem like a person anymore. He's just like a meme, like Onision.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I was blocked by that guy within 3 hours of creating my Twitter account. Okay. And I didn't tweet a thing at the guy. All right.
Wow.
I created a Twitter account and I'm automatically blocked by him. So my attitude with that is if he's going to like prejudge me and have some bots judge me as guilty without ever knowing me, without ever talking to me, I'm just like, fuck him.
Yeah. Basically. Oh. I mean, like, I see like feminists just getting weirder every day, and those are like, I feel like Steve is one of the like OG male feminists, and but like they're just getting so lame and repetitive. It's ridiculous, especially on Twitter.
Yeah, my last one was one against Anita Sarkeesian, and she created what had to be the worst video I have ever seen. This one basically about how everything is Islamophobic. It was such a bad video. I couldn't even stand it. Like it like talks about how Aladdin is racist because Aladdin is more handsome than Jafar and thus looks less Arabic. I'm like, what the fuck? And that's not even a straw man. That is really what she says. Uh, um, hmm. Who do you think is the worst feminist on YouTube right now, or how about just the worst large commentator on YouTube? Period.
Sorry, I just realized I was muted. That's a good question because, but it's hard to choose between
Uh,
like Onision is pretty big and awful and just spreads like bullshit all the time. So that's like one of the big ones I think is the worst. But Dennis is probably the worst, like extreme version, I think, who's actually serious. Because Onision is just trying to get views. He just wants to like make controversy, and sadly, some of his subscribers like buy into it. But fucking Riley Dennis, she's just like, yeah. if you don't want to suck my lady dick, you're transphobic, you faggot. I was not literally saying that, but like it's weird because like they're obviously brainwashed.
Yeah, I think I said the best analogy for that whole dating preferences is sexist thing. I said, you know what? It doesn't mean if I don't want to fuck somebody, that doesn't mean I hate them. Okay, I love dogs. Dogs are adorable. They're cute. They're loyal. But I would never have sex with one.
That's hilarious. That's wonderful. Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, like personally, I like um I like men and women. So I like trans people too. And it's like I wouldn't have sex with Riley Dennis because he's ugly. I am not attracted to him, her at all. And I mean, I'd fuck Blair. She's hot. I would definitely fuck Blair and Farron and all the beautiful anti-feminist trainees because they are gorgeous. But Riley Dennis is nasty. Even if she like doesn't matter if she goes full man or full woman, still got that weird like horse face. You know what I mean? Oh.
Yeah. And back to Onision, I agree with you. I don't think that dude believes anything he says. I honestly think he really does bear all the characteristics of somebody who's suffering from some type of sociopathy. The guy
Right?
genuinely is just a control freak who loves attention for himself. That's what that is with that guy.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. Excuse me. And it's just like I hope that no other like weirdos pop up like that have like a big voice, like, because I feel like Anita Sarkeesian is like old news now. I hope we don't have another Anita, because I'm hoping it just dies off, because it seems like more anti-feminists are coming forward and they're like, yo, the shit is wrong. And even fucking Lacey Green is supposedly, renouncing all the feminists that made fun of her for, not wanting to be an asshole, I guess.
Well, that's because Chris Ray Gun's penis is the key to enlightenment, apparently.
I mean, I wouldn't deny it. He looks like he got it going on. Oh, but I mean, I still don't know what the fuck happened with that, but I mean, I hope at least some other um social justice warriors come forward and
Yes.
like do the same thing, somewhat, because or at least stop like hating men so much, because men really need help, and if feminists don't want to give them help, then what the fuck are we doing? That's why I'm trying to be a fucking or fuck, I started the lovely ladies of the men's movement, because women apparently need to fucking voice their opinion, because there's so many dumbass women who shit on men all the time.
Yeah, and with the whole Lacey Green situation, the way that so many on her side have been like turning on her, the way they have, the way they've like all the weird threats of doxing and what have you, just because she's talking to the other side, apparently dating a guy who dared express anti-feminist views. It really shows just how cultish they are.
Yeah, definitely. And that's really what it is, though. It's a cult, because I mean, it's if it's not a religion, then it's a cult, because they literally act like religious people. It's like, this is the one way, this is the truth and the light, but and if you go away from it, you'll fucking go to hell, and you're a sinner, and you're a fucking piece of shit. It's the same exact thing. Follow feminism. If you go against it, then you are banned from feminism. I guess, I don't know, but it's like, you're not a real feminist unless you're a bitch. Like, it makes no fucking sense, honestly. And I'm just hoping, like I don't want to tell people wake up like a conspiracy theorist, but it's like, wake the fuck up and realize what the fuck is actually happening, instead of wallowing in your own problems.
Yeah, I noticed you also follow. I what? Yeah, you follow my other Twitter account. I actually have I have a Steve Shives parody account where I pretend I'm Steve Shives. I make it very clear I am a parody
I
account
didn't
there,
know that was
and
you.
and during it, I made a few jokes that Lacey Green has betrayed the collective. No one else will escape. Resistance is futile.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Oh, I'm gonna have to fuck around with that more now that I know that that's you. Oh, that's awesome.
That is me. Ain't I a stinker? I am the man behind the curtain.
Well, you did a pretty good job at hiding yourself. Because, well, for a second, I looked at it. I was like, Steve Shives followed me, and I was like, okay, because I knew that he had blocked me already.
Well, I do have one of my videos to this channel pinned to the top of that page, and I make a joke where I say I just got plastic surgery to look 1,000 times more handsome. So I kind of make it pretty obvious if you really investigate who runs that account. I've never really hidden that fact.
Okay, I don't think I actually ever went to like the profile page, so that that explains it. Oh, but that's pretty funny. I like well, I would do something like that, but I don't know. I don't have the dedication. I just troll and meme through it myself. I am my own meme.
Yeah, I think I've done another joke while pretending to be shies with that parody account where I'll go to like an attractive anti-feminist, someone like Sugar Tits, Romy Millennial, what have you, and I'll say, I'm madly in love with you, but if my wife finds out, she'll beat me, so we have to keep our love secret.
That was amazing. I wonder what they're doing right now, like him and his wife. I wonder if she's still like just fucking him up the ass every every night.
No, she's probably getting fucked, but he's allowed to watch sometimes.
Yeah, also that's that too. I'm sure it's a big black man. We probably, you know what? I bet Steve Shives is a eunuch. That's probably why. That's probably why he's so depressed and feministy all the time. Oh.
Yeah. He pretty much has made himself like the punching bag of the anti-feminist sphere of YouTube. And honestly, if he would just stop blocking everyone, stop slandering everyone, he would have such a better perception of himself. But he really has brought so much of it on himself by continuing to dig deeper and deeper and deeper into his just far left cultish mind, you know?
I'm sure Steve Shives loves his wife to get deep into his mind. I mean, are there really any other major cucks? I
All
can't
right.
think.
How about this? Do you have any questions for me? I'm willing to answer anything.
Okay, well, besides what I just asked, well, I guess what do you like identify with? Do you think of yourself as like an egalitarian, or where do you fall upon those guidelines? I guess.
I'm very much a libertarian. I always have been. Well, not always. I used to be kind of a more conservative Republican before I kind of lost my faith in religion, and I kind of lost the way. I've never been like the biggest fan of the way the current Republican Party's been operating under Trump. So I kind of like moved away from that, and but I still pretty much hold on to those small government principles and equality before the law. And I've always have seen a kind of Marxist strain among the left and social justice warriors. They and third wave feminists, they take that like really far. And I've kind of tried to I always tried to take on like authoritarian mindsets, whether they be on the right or the left. I would say anti-authoritarianism is my main thing.
Okay, that's kind of where I fall because I mean, yeah, libertarian is definitely something I could get behind. Like, I don't go out and say that I'm a libertarian, but if someone asks me, like, "Are you a Democrat or a conservative?" I'm like, "Libertarian." Like, I'm neutral, kind of like, because I believe in freedoms, but I also believe in um not conservatism, but like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Because like, it's, you need to have freedoms, but you can't be a dick all the time to hurt people, you know? So I mean, well, I don't know, what I'm trying to say is that like, we need a middle ground. So it's like, you can't have extreme, like, anybody can do what they want, or like extreme, like nobody can do what they want. So it's definitely, and I also went through like the loss of religion thing. And at first I was like, oh yeah, gays are bad, when I was like 12. And then I realized I was bisexual, and I was like, maybe this isn't so bad. And then once I had sex, I was like, oh, the entire fucking made up shit about virginity is completely retarded. So why am I why am I religious? So yeah, there's I mean, there's a lot of factors that go into how people um fucking need to work together. That's like the main thing, you know? That's really all we need to do. Instead of fucking opposing everybody and each other's views and opinions, just getting pissed about opinions and acting on that. It's like, why? Get over yourself. My ukulele just got stuck to my bracelet.
See, I've always had the attitude if something feels good and it doesn't hurt anybody, do it. That's just always been my mindset in life.
Yeah, me too.
That's it. Are you going to play some lovely music on my channel? Because my channel would be absolutely blessed by your stunning vocals. I've actually heard some of them.
Well, I'm actually literally just now learning this song, but I can try. Let me get a guitar pick and I'll be right back.
Uh, she'll be right back in a minute, folks. Until then, I will be the eye candy for this evening. Yeah, I know I'm not as good at that job, but I can try my best. Any any questions for either of us in the chat? Let's see. It's been going on. Lovely weather over here in Michigan. If anyone cares, I live in Detroit, Michigan, and the weather the last couple of days has been just fantastic. I am really enjoying summer while it lasts, because in Michigan, summer is an all too fleeting thing.
Sorry,
And she's back.
I couldn't find a fucking guitar thing, so I had to find a penny. But yeah, this song is not lighthearted. Well, it's light, it's light, it's upbeat, but it is not lighthearted. The lyrics are not. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sing and play at the same time, but I'll try and play it and then sing. Let's see. Hang on. Wait. I gotta get the right rhythm. I think it needs to be tuned a little better. But
I am so honored.
Fuck. It's been a while since I've played my ukulele. Fuck. Yeah. Sorry, I'm still practicing. Oh. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to practice it some more. But it goes like, if you wanna eat some dog, I have good news. There's an annual dog festival where you can eat all the dog you want, and it's located in Yuliwanchi, China. And the festival spans about 10 days with 15,000 dogs consumed, and it goes from the 21st to the 30th of June. I just want to let you know I'm just trying to be a bro. It's okay, yeah, it's a Filthy Frank song. and it goes on to tell you the directions to how you can like go to China and eat all the dog you want. at a festival. So I'm trying to learn it so that I can do a cover for my channel.
That is some seriously dark lyrics right there. I mean, that makes like the saddest Beatles song or Last Kiss or what have you. That like pales in comparison because that song you just sung, it was beautifully vocalized, but it was dark as hell.
I know. That's my favorite part about it because I'm probably like, that's the kind of music that I want to make. I want to make music that makes people go like, what, why, what, and just, you know, make people laugh and like dance at the same time, you know. That's like one of my favorite things about Filthy Frank. But yeah, that's one song that you'll probably be hearing soon on my channel.
And yet, the sneak preview of it was on my channel. I am feeling so blessed right now. I swear, this live stream we're having right now, it's going to go viral, and we're going to both have like 1 million subscribers in less than a week from now. I'm going to call that right now.
Let's hope so for both of our sake. That would be awesome. Oh. I am the ukulele queen. Not really. Who the fuck plays ukulele? That's a girl. I don't even know any, but I try.
Yeah. I mean, us attractive anti-feminist people got to stick together.
Yeah, exactly. We should make a band of anti-feminist people. Oh my god. I might just do that. Just get a bunch of sexy bitches and play instruments together to fight against the matriarchy. That would be amazing.
I'm thinking about how that would go. A fight against the matriarchy in a band form. What would the songs be like? I guess you could hire Chris Reagan to write you like one of those punch a Nazi songs or something like that, and have you all like stand up there and perform them. That would all be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, it would be like I mean, we could do all different kinds of genres. It doesn't have to be just one. You know, like we could fucking rap for one of them, just and do a fucking ballad like "You are a fucking cunt," and like just dissing on feminazis all the time, and fucking just pointing out their stupidity and other radical shit.
Was it but another really like good song parody? Have you ever listened to like Rucka's Ruckas? They put out some really funny shit. I like listen to this one, like the parody Can't Stop the Feeling, called Can't Stop the Stealing. Oh my god, was that funny.
I don't think I've seen that one, but I have spoken to Rucka. he's definitely an interesting character. He's pretty funny. I'm sure we could get a lot of people together if we tried to make a beautiful music production.
Yeah, that was some really funny stuff they did right there. Oh yeah, we should definitely probably on your channel. Like, I can come on and we can like get a whole bunch of other people and we can all like discuss ideas on the matter. It'd be great.
That would be fancy. That's how this fucking calendar shit started. Was someone had the idea to start a pinup calendar, and what's funny is that like I heard somebody else talking about it on like a live stream when I came in one time, and I was like, we were gonna do a calendar, and they were like, no, we just had the idea, and I was like, well, damn, I guess I better hop on this shit then, because like apparently, a lot of people wanted it to happen, so that's why we started it. Well, not why. The main reason was to spread, you know, awareness for men's issues, but like bringing a bunch of sexy ladies together is always awesome.
Yeah, who opposes bringing a bunch of sexy ladies together? Pretty much. Well, everybody except the feminists are always all for that.
Yeah, exactly. And well, what's actually funny is that
Uh, I think you muted yourself. Or... Yeah, I can't hear you. I don't think your sound's coming through. Hmm. Wonder what happened. Hmm. Hmm. Check around, see what's going on.
yo, can you hear me now?
Okay, we got you back. All right, can I? You can hear me though, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I don't know what the fuck happened. Vince. Yes.
Yeah, you went like silent there for a second, but so like the last thing I could see your lips moving, but I couldn't hear anything you were saying. Can you repeat it all again?
Well, I was just trying to say that like not only feminists have been criticizing it, but there's a couple like MGTOWs who have been like you know, I don't want to give you my money, you know, like calling us cam whores and saying that we're only trying to get men's money and all this shit. And it's like, well, first of all, we don't make any money off of the Indiegogo campaign. All the money has to go to business purposes, so that's a secondly, it's going to benefit veterans. Thirdly, I mean, what don't you like about sexy women? You know, it's like, if you don't like, I understand some people are like, oh, why would I need that when I have porn? But it's like, it's a way to support men. And you know, you don't have to keep it for yourself. You can buy one and then go post it in a college, and people and the fucking feminists will be like, what the shit? Fucking this percentage of men are commit suicide every year. I don't want to think about that shit. Like, you know, it's not just for viewing pleasures, it's for spreading awareness and about these issues. And you know, there's just, it's, I don't know, a lot of people, I know we're gonna get a lot of different criticisms, but that's definitely one of the stupidest.
Let me guess. Was Angry MGTOW one of them that was criticizing you for that? Because that guy's just insane.
That would be pretty funny, but no, it was just like, it was some random dude who had like no subscribers and no videos, and I was just like, okay, you know, good for you. You know, like, I don't really care what you think, and we don't need your money because like obviously everybody else is really excited about it, so you're a loss.
Probably just a web troll.
Yeah, probably, honestly.
Probably doesn't have any money anyway.
Yeah, right. Oh, probably lives with his mom. Oh.
Yeah, some people will do that. Some people will find like any crazy excuse to like hate on something and like bother you for it. Like I'll have some like really weird hate comments on some of my videos. Like on my video criticizing Paul Joseph Watson, I had some of the like weirdest shit thrown at me. I had someone accusing me of working for the Kremlin. And another person ironically said I was mentally ill, which is very ironic in that video because it's one where Paul Joseph Watson was essentially trying to argue that depression was basically all just a scam by the pharmaceutical industry. So I'm like, mental illness isn't real. It's all just a scam by big pharma. So I can't be mentally ill.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that video. That's pretty funny.
I actually think it's one of the better videos I've done. It's Paul Joseph Watson. He was trying to argue, yeah, that it was called The Truth About Depression. And it was a video that really pissed me off as someone on the autistic spectrum who's kind of had some issues with depression and anxiety in the past. And he basically tries to argue that uh, people's experience with depression really isn't real, that it's all just temporary unhappiness, and that basically all these sinister forces were basically trying to make it seem more serious than it was in order to like sell drugs, which is complete bullshit because 1,000 people kill themselves every day around the world. Depression is very much a real phenomenon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I can kind of see where he's coming from with the depression has been pushed as like a very common thing, which it technically it is. It's pretty common among people, but I mean, you know, not as common, I guess, as some, because there has been like, you know, a push for even children to start taking medication for a bunch of things, and so I can kind of get like that side, but that's kind of taking it to an extreme to say that all depression is just temporary unhappiness, because that's definitely not the case.
Well, yeah, Paul Joseph Watson. He's not really the kind of guy who you want to go to for accurate science. Like, he's someone who, like, this thing I shared about him on Twitter. He talks about how the fat acceptance movement is basically how it promotes unhealthiness, and it's right. He's absolutely right. It does, but he's then in the same time promoting smoking as being awesome. I'm like, dude, come on. If the fat acceptance movement is such a cancer in society, why are you promoting smoking?
Like, he promotes like smoking cigarettes and tobacco.
Well, yeah, he like had a he posted some pictures of him smoking, and he's like saying smoking is so much less cancerous than feminism, and this and that, like how awesome it is. I'm like, but you're attacking the fat acceptance movement for promoting unhealthy lifestyle, but that's exactly what you're doing right there. And people can smoke if they want. I have no problem with that. It's your life, your body, what have you. But it just seems a little hypocritical.
Yeah, that's funny. That is kind of funny though, because I do think feminism is more cancer. That's good. My neighbors just had to start mowing right now.
My grandfather died of lung cancer from constant cigarette smoke, so I've always stayed away from the stuff. I've never once smoked anything in my life. I've never had a single cigarette, cigar, joint, nothing. I've never smoked.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I've smoked cigarettes like a couple times, but you know, it's disgusting. It's not like, you know, it tastes bad. It's not good for you at all, and it's just, you know, it's a bad decision, honestly. It's just overall like dumb, like for your health, you know, and your teeth, like everything. You know, it's really important to stay away from that shit. But I mean, I smoke weed all the time. And like I try to minimize my smoke inhalation, but it does wonders for my anxiety and depression, so I don't really complain.
To change topics, What do you think is your favorite movie of 2017 so far?
Hmm. 2017. I don't know if I've seen any movies, any recent movies. I saw Suicide Squad was last year. That was the last movie I saw in theaters. Um I recently saw this movie called Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. I don't know that I think that was made in 2017. That was pretty funny. And Fist Fight. I don't know if that was in 2017
Ouch.
either, but those are some really funny ones. I'm bad at like keeping up with new movies because I'm broke.
I'd say the best movie I've seen in 2017 so far was called A Monster Calls. It came out in January, and it was like a really powerful movie about this kid who loses his mom to cancer, and he's all
Oh,
these stories told to him by this large computer animated monster that's voiced by Liam Neeson. And I highly recommend A Monster Calls. A few other
what?
good ones. Logan was really good. And Wonder Woman was a really good one. Speaking of feminism, because I know like a lot of feminists had like some really stupid complaints about the movie, something about Wonder Woman's
Really?
armpit hair. I'm like,
Oh my
being
god, are you serious?
unrealistic, but Wonder Woman is literally supposed to be a goddess. Of course, she would be unrealistically pretty. And it
Yeah,
was a
what
good
the
movie.
fuck?
Genuinely was a pretty good flick.
Why the fuck would they want her to have armpit hair? Why? Why? Like everybody else that sees the movie would be like, ew, gross, stop. You know, like, and then what? Feminists would fucking like jack off to it later. Like, what the fuck is the point of having fucking armpit hair?
What's really sad though is actually the filmmakers actually did modify a couple scenes very late in production to appease some feminists who were saying that her armpit hairline was kind of CGI'd to look more realistically good than it really would be.
Oh my god.
And they actually did modify that in the final movie. It's probably such a subtle modification that no one who's not like watching the movie under a microscope would even notice. But they actually did modify that scene in order to appease them. And that really is the problem. SJWs or feminists make a really stupid complaint. All too often, corporate America seems to jump through hoops in order to appease them, in order to not be called racist, sexist, what have you by them. And thus, they always get their way. The worst thing people can do is apologize to them when they ask for something really stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why the fuck? Like, even I fucking edited a picture before to fucking smooth out my armpit because it was wrinkly. Like, it's an arm, it stays down there all day. Obviously, there's gonna be like some weird looking wrinkles down there. So if I'm doing this, I don't want people to see like that it looks weird. So why the fuck? Why would they just change it in the last part of the movie? That is absolutely hilarious. Oh, but yeah, like even when like Matt Taylor or whatever his name was, the guy that landed the rocket on the comet or whatever, so bad for him when he apologized because it's like that's not gonna, even if when he
One
does, it's not
site I
gonna
really
do it.
recommend like watching. Yeah, you're talking about the comment, the comment. Yeah, I'm sorry, the audio delay kind of messed me up there. Yeah, I heard about that because they didn't like his shirt. They were like going after him, even though he landed on a comment. Comment. He's very all right. He achieved something amazing in terms of modern science, and these feminists reduced him to tears. That was absolutely outrageous. That really kind of spurred me to despise modern feminism, probably more than any other single incident. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, that shit was sad. So fucking sad. And the fucking shirt was made by a woman. That was the best part. Oh, now they sell them.
Yeah, I'm tempted to buy one of those shirts just to kind of like give them the finger, the people who reduced that brilliant scientist to tears like that. I just want to like buy one of those shirts. So I was like,
Me
fuck you
too.
people, you know? Here's my shirt.
I really want one too. Also because it's fucking cool looking. Like, why wouldn't you want to have sexy bitches on your shirt? Oh, like that's what another thing I don't understand about feminists. They're like so body positive and like, you know, fucking have their slut walks and all this shit. But then as soon as someone like shows the female body in a way that it like reflects on a male or whatever, like, oh, it's so bad. Fuck. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, that's another phenomena a lot of people have noted, myself included. And this is certainly not always the case, but it seems that women who are against feminism generally seem to be much better looking than women who identify as feminists. And of course, that's not always the case. There are certainly exceptions to that. But a lot of it does seem to just come down to jealousy. And yeah,
Yeah.
biology is extremely unfair. You know, it is not fair that some people grow up to be a lot better looking than other people. That ain't fair, but it's just kind of how it is, you know.
Yeah.
And a lot of it does seem to just come down to that.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. And it's like, you know, women, you know, they can empower themselves all they want, you know, but it's not going to make, you know, but being like horrible towards men is never going to make you prettier and it's never going to make you skinnier. So it's like, why, like, just think about yourself, focus on yourself, you know, like, just stop.
I mean, like you were mentioning those like extreme MGTOWs earlier, and a lot of it can kind of come down to the same thing. A lot of them probably get really bitter because of the lack of success with women. And as someone on the autistic spectrum, I can fully understand that, but I feel like a lot of people who like get drawn to like extreme MGTOWs and what have you, a lot of them kind of let that get to them, and it can genuinely cause psychological damage. And so there's kind of a version of that on both genders, really.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, what really just needs to happen is that for people to stop fucking. I lost my train of thought. We just need to stop like fucking being so opposed to other people. Like feminists, they don't know how to accept like opinions or facts. They don't know how to accept anything without being completely hostile, and it's really sad.
Yeah, that's a thing though. People in the key to happiness really is just being happy with who you are and what you have, you know. It ain't always fair, life's not always fair, but no matter what you're blessed with, you really just got to make the best of it because ultimately if you're brilliant, gorgeous, what have you, you seem like you were blessed with all of it. Ultimately, in 100 years, you're not going to be brilliant, gorgeous. You'll probably be dead, and if not, old, bitter, all right, wrinkly. So none of that really lasts too long. Our lifespans are so short. So really, the best thing anyone can do really is just try to concentrate on being satisfied with who we are.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And that's all I try to do in life is just fucking be, as positive as I can without, being too pessimistic. Because it's like, if you live your whole life blaming other people and victimizing yourself, you're never going to get any better. And, I'm like, excuse me, I'm like at getting stuff done, but I still have a positive outlook and I still try to, accept things as they come, which also means that fucking accept new information, which feminists aren't very good at either.
In other words, you always try to be open to change no matter what. That's always like the best way to really look at things. That you're even if my perspective is the way it is now, if I could be told some new information, I would certainly be willing to change that perspective. Like, for example, at the moment, I'm an atheist, but if you were to like show me a fossil rabbit in the Cambrian, I would be probably become a theist because that would essentially disprove the theory of evolution. So, and that's how you got to be with almost anything. Like, you always have to be open to changing your worldview if new information is presented to show that your previous worldview was flawed.
Yeah, exactly. And like that's one thing I feel like religious people and social justice warriors just have a very very hard time doing. And I think it's just because they're so deep into their ideology that it's like they don't know what they would be if they weren't that, you know?
Yeah, I find that's true, and I also find that very often secular ideologies that aren't technically religions and have no basis in the supernatural, very often they can have a cult-like mindset that's very much similar to religion in the way it operates. Like, it have a set of dogmas that you must follow to be part of this group. And if you deviate from that, they will judge you to be a heretic, or and like a series of punishments for not following a certain dogma. So it it's a myth that really belief in the supernatural is really necessary for these things. You can reject the supernatural completely and still be kind of steeped in a kind of secular dogmatism.
Yeah, that's true. And it's like, I just hope that our efforts help somewhat. At least because that's how I found out. I saw the opposing side and I realized that it needed to be addressed. And it's like, I try to just be as open-minded as possible, and that's how I think everybody should go about life.
And on that very fantastic note, Modern Medusa, I think our chat should is coming to an end. But I really want to thank you so much for agreeing to come on my channel. It was a real pleasure talking to you, and I really hope to be able to talk to you again sometime. I'd definitely like to thank everyone who showed up for the chat, appeared in the chat section, and I really wish you to have a very lovely day, Vanessa.
Yeah, thank you for having me. And if you ever want to come on our live streams, or if you want me to come on again and talk about whatever, let me know. Fun. I always like talking to new people. So
All right. Well, thank you so much, and I will be logging out right now. All right, everyone, have a great day. Bye, everyone.
alrighty.